Rhinoceros follows Berenger, who's a disenfranchised, borderline alcoholic. It's in a town in which basically throughout the play every character, bar Berenger, turns into a rhinoceros. It's fundamentally about conformity, but also the isolation that comes from the feeling that one can't conform.
In one sense, in the most obvious sense, it's about a group of people who turn into rhinoceroses. In that way it's about conformity and collective identity and group thought, but there is a lot going on within that. It attacks language, hypocrisy, culture. He pretty much touches on every aspect of life and mocks it mercilessly.
And basically it's about how everybody around him seems to conform to the rhinoceroses and become one with them, whereas he remains an individual.
It's difficult to describe. I feel out of place in life among people, and so I drink to forget.
You do it to escape from yourself.
Just so exhausted. It's exhausting just dragging the weight of my own body about.
He's a misfit. He doesn't enjoy his work. He doesn't understand. He doesn't understand how to fit in society, how to do the mundane tasks that everyone else in the play enjoys and carries out with ease. And it's because of this and because of his apathy towards the conventions of society that he feels unable to turn into a rhinoceros despite his best interests.
Ah, so you managed to arrive at last, Berenger. Hello, G. Late as usual, of course. Our appointment was for 11:30 and now it's practically midday.
So Jake is essentially the archetype of someone who is arrogant and smug and delights in belittling other people because he finds fitting in with people so very easy. He's always dresses smart, he does everything that one should expect other people to do, but he's also very, very insecure, and that's the reason he turns into a rhinoceros.
He's very prim and proper and likes to think of himself as a connoisseur and a cultured man and just every possible pretentious thing you can imagine, really.
I just can't get over
Yes, I can see you can't. Well, alright, it was a rhinoceros, it was! Don't worry about it, it's miles away by now, I think it's miles away.
I think comedy of this nature has probably influenced things like Monty Python, and we've taken that influence and tried to feed it back in. So we've essentially just got a really colourful set, loads of ridiculous characters with stupid voices, really silly walks, and we've made it as energetic as possible.
It's obviously the premise of the play is funny because everybody turns into a rhinoceros, but it's also, you know, got a serious message underlying it.
And it's laughing at the weirdness of it quite a bit, and there are some really funny moments sometimes.
Or again, you may have seen one rhinoceros with one horn, followed by another also with a single horn. Or again, an initial rhinoceros with two horns, followed by another also if with two.
The play is originally set in a small provincial town in France. What we've tried to do is make it as ambiguous as possible and taken out all the references to France. Because we feel that actually the strength of it can come from the fact that it is applicable to any time, any place.
While we were doing this play, we definitely realised that this idea of everyone you know turning into mindless animals can be applied to essentially anything. Ionesco initially wrote it when he saw all his best friends turning into fascists during the Second World War, and nowadays it can still be applied to all these movements when suddenly you see people that you knew very well turning into these mindless creatures, throwing away their morality. It's brilliant. It can be applied to politics, to absolutely everything.
That's something that it is timeless. It might not be fascist today, but there are groups of people who are dangerous, and it is so easy to turn like that and to change and see people around you slowly adapting. It is very bizarre, it's weird, but it's hilarious. It looks incredible, and I think there's something that everybody can understand, even if it leaves a slightly bizarre feeling afterwards.
We have an amazing cast, we have an absolutely stunning lighting design and a really interesting set. The cast themselves are fantastic and create something that is really vibrant, really visceral, and it is 2 hours of absolute fun.
So it really does have something for everyone, and every single person in the world should come and see it.
It plays on from the 10th to the 13th of June with a matinee on the Saturday.